all things are possible. Who you are is limited by who you think you are. Fear does not prevent death, it prevents life. Know the world in yourself. Never look for yourself in the world, for this would be to project your illusion. Only in my pain did I find my will. Only in my chaos did I learn to be still. Only in my fear did I find my might. Only in my darkness did I find my light. Do not rejoice over what has not yet happened. The seed includes all the possibilities of the tree. Listen to your conviction, even if it seems absurd to your reason. The seed cannot sprout upwards without simultaneously sending roots into the ground. Everyone finds himself in the world where he belongs. Suffering in search of truth gives true meaning to the truth. By knowing, one reaches belief. By doing, one gains conviction. When you know, dare. Routine and prejudice distort vision. Each man thinks his own horizon is the limit of the world. Truths you learn could take the place of other thoughts you had and break some of them. The opinion of the intelligent is better than the certainty of the ignorant. Tear off the curtain of doubt by questions. Better an honourable failure than a half success. The value of each man consists in what he does well. The road of knowledge is narrow. To teach, one must know the nature of those whom one is teaching. The misfortunes of some people are advantages to others. Winds do not blow as the sailors wish. Run as hard as a wild beast if you will, but you won't get any reward greater than that destined for you. At the time of a test, a person rises or falls. The remedy against bad times is to have patience with them. The embrace at meeting is better than that at parting. Every man must act in the rhythm of his time. Experience will show you, a master can only point the way. One day in perfect health is much. Peace is the fruit of activity, not of sleep. Ignorance that supports me is better than wisdom which I must support. Even a small concern has a man in its grip. Lie to a liar, for lies are his coin. Steal from a thief, for that is easy. Lay a trap for a trickster and catch him at first attempt, but beware of an honest man. Follow the saint no further than his doorstep. Everything is formed by habit, even praying. Silence is more than just a lack of words. A beautiful thing is never perfect. The best generosity is quick. To have peace, there must be strife. He who sows the wind harvests the storm. Each truth you learn will be for you as new as if it had never been written. Every man is rich in excuses to safeguard his prejudices, his instincts, and his opinions. If you search for the laws of harmony, you will find knowledge. The best and shortest road towards knowledge of truth is nature. The greatest suffering is to forget who you are and try to be someone else. The truth is not always kind, and even lies may often have a kind purpose. Thought is a wine glass. You must drink it all or else it will break. Man is separated into soul and body, and only when the two sides of his senses agree together does utterance of its thought conceived by mind take place. Evil as well as good both operate to advance the great plan. Never forget, the words are not the reality. Only reality is reality. Picture symbols are the idea, words are confusion. A healthy mind is a peaceful mind. A peaceful mind comes through wisdom, not only knowing the truth but experiencing it. Recreation becomes a means to recreate one's consciousness at every moment, instead of a means to forget oneself and to pass the time. judge by cause, not by effect. Justice is the path to the gods. Strike the innocent, that the guilty may confess. A ruler must listen with both ears and see with both eyes. Pretend to be weak and submissive until you get your chance. The tyrant is only the slave turned inside out. Whenever a man sides with the weak against the strong, that act has a force beyond his own life. Blessed be the man who knows his power and abstains from doing evil to others. Organisation is impossible unless those who know the laws of harmony lay the foundation. One who marries for love alone will have bad days but good nights. The heart in love is more fragile than the hand in fire. One who cooks poison tastes it. Leave him in error who loves his error. The human race has come to be what it is, not through politics, but through love. It is not easy to kill a god, but it is frightfully difficult to kill a god who is loved by the people. Who seeks for wealth without previous wealth is like him who carries water in a sieve. The wealth of a house is a wise woman. Unattended money teaches thievery. Yesterday's drunkenness will not quench today's thirst. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. Life is a great sunrise. I do not see why death should not be an even greater one. Death is a door, not a wall. To speak the name of the dead is to make them live again. Death, like birth, is a secret of nature. We dream about the past because we are afraid of the present. Do not fear death, but rather the unlived life. Death is but the doorway to new life. We live today, we shall live again. In many forms shall we return. Some people choose death to preserve their honour. I have chosen life to exact my revenge. True knowledge comes from the upward path which leads to the eternal fire. Error, defeat, and death result from following the lower path of worldly attachment. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside while still alive. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imagination of ourselves. Death is not a period that ends the great sentence of life, but a comma that punctuates it to more lofty significance. To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. Life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. The boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where the one ends and where the other begins? In the end, we will all become stories. Death comes when the purpose of living is fulfilled. Death shows what the reason for living was. Harmony is the union of opposites. The body becomes what the foods are, as the spirit becomes what the thoughts are. Have the wisdom to abandon the values of a time that has passed and pick out the constituents of the future. An environment must be suited to the age and men to their environment. Not the greatest master can go even one step for his disciple. In himself, he must experience each stage of developing consciousness. Therefore, he will know nothing for which he is not ripe. The closer you get to the truth, the simpler it is. If you travel on a road made by your own hands each day, you will arrive at the place where you would want to be. Strive to see with the inner eye, the heart. It sees the reality not subject to emotional or personal error. It sees the essence. Intuition, then, is the most important quality to develop. Knowledge without action is like hoarding precious metals, a vain and foolish thing. Knowledge is like wealth, intended for use. Those who violate the universal law of use conflict with natural forces. To free the spirit, control the senses, the the reward will be clear in sight. One cannot force another to grow beyond their capacity.